I think water charges have been sort of bandied around for years, Frank, but, we've been very clear that you don't need to do water charges to fix this issue. We've been calling for developer levies, infrastructure levies. It's my understanding the infrastructure minister has actually agreed with that point in recent times and wants to look at developer levies when it comes to, developers coming in and building housing projects or a hotel or whatever. There'll be a specific tax in relation to, public infrastructure. Had we done this then, we could have a significant pot of money to actually invest in the infrastructure in terms of wastewater in Belfast, but it wasn't done then. And, if it only starts now, it's going to be 10 or 20 years before we'll actually have a significant pot of money. One of the other things I think, which is a very serious problem in relation to how the budget is sort of ring-fenced, none of that money that comes from the block grant is ring-fenced for specific projects. We need to see ring-fenced money that is ring-fenced by the UK government to be invested in wastewater infrastructure, because we need to ensure that once this money comes in to the Northern Ireland Executive, that it's actually spent where it needs to be spent. Because if we don't get this right, if we don't get the investment in the wastewater infrastructure, Belfast essentially grinds to a halt. We're already starting to see, planning in terms of housing. We know, what massive issues are with housing and the lack of housing in Northern Ireland, but Belfast particularly. NI Water are starting to actually push back and say, no, we can't build any more housing. We can't allow you to build any more housing because there's no more capacity left within the system. I mean, these are absolutely horrendous situations that we find ourselves in, and yet it still feels that the Northern Ireland Executive are, rather than actually dealing with the problem, coming together and dealing with the issue, they're just sort of going amongst themselves, trying to sort out their own bases and not actually get to the crux.